The Palestinian organization Hamas launched an unexpected attack on Israel on October 7, 2023, shocking the entire world. The attack, called Operation Al-Aqsa Flood, involved gunmen breaking through security barriers and firing rockets from Gaza. This sudden aggression caught everyone off guard because, while tensions were rising in the region, it was not anticipated that either Hamas or Israel would escalate the situation to this extent. The attack resulted in the deaths or dozens of Israel and the taking of hostages. Several aspects made this attack shocking. It significantly increased tensions in the region. It originated from one of the most densely populated and impoverished areas globally, and it revealed a notable failure in Israeli intelligence. The world is now wondering about the implications of this event for the region and beyond. Resolution in sight. Understanding the background of this conflict is crucial to making sense. The recent attack by Hamas on Israel has serious and potentially devastating consequences. Israel responded with a military operation called Operation Swords of Iron, involving airstrikes on the Gaza Strip. This has resulted in a continuous bombing of Gaza in an effort to stop the aggression. The situation has escalated to the point where Israel has declared war on Hamas, launching a full-scale military operation. This conflict has the potential to destabilize the entire region and raises concerns about the safety of civilians on both sides. The world is uncertain about the future of this volatile region and how the conflict will be resolved. The recent events in Israel may have shocked the world, but the underlying tensions and conflicts in the region have been ongoing for decades. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is a complex issue dating back to the late 19th century, primarily centered on territory claims by both sides. The history of the conflict is intricate, involving various political and social factors contributing to ongoing tensions and violence. With tens of thousands of lives lost and millions displaced, there is no clear of recent events. Gunmen breaching security barriers and firing rockets from Gaza during a surprise attack by the Palestinian organization Hamas in Israel is what sparked the recent incident. Hamas officials cited this unproved and shocking action as a response to long-standing tensions, including a dispute over the Al-Aqsa Mosque. This event is not isolated, but rather the latest in a history of escalating violence between Israel and Palestine, marked by political tension, military conflicts, and disputes with various Arab countries. Recent events in Israel have led to significant political shocks and strategic transformations. The conflict has brought international attention to the forefront, with many countries calling for a peaceful resolution. Addressing the underlying political and social factors contributing to ongoing tensions and violence is essential for a multifaceted solution. Only by doing so can we hope to achieve lasting peace in the region. The events in Israel on April 5, 2023 shocked the entire world. Israeli forces attacked the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem's Old City, leading to widespread condemnation from countries and international organizations. The immediate aftermath saw support for Palestinians, but Israel and its allies strongly condemned Hamas and called for a swift response. Different countries and organizations responded in various ways. Some, like the United States and European nations, condemned the attack and called for an end to violence. The United Nations urged restraint from both sides. However, some Arab countries supported the Palestinian cause, criticizing Israel's response and highlighting the complex geopolitical landscape. The consequences were significant, with Israel declaring war and launching Operation Swords of Iron, resulting in hundreds of deaths and widespread destruction in Gaza. The conflict raised questions about a two-state solution and the Palestinian cause's future, emphasizing the urgent need for a lasting solution. The conflict sparked diverse global perspectives. Some see it as Israel's self-defense, while others view it as aggression against Palestinians, exposing historical tensions, including the 1948 displacement. Differing views illustrate the complexity, which poses challenges to finding a satisfying resolution. Interpretations of the conflict's causes and consequences vary. Some see it as a response to Israeli aggression, while others view it as an unprovoked attack on Israel's sovereignty. The conflict caused devastating consequences on both sides, prompting the international community to call for a halt and renew its commitment to a peaceful resolution. Various proposals, such as a two-state solution, a one-state solution, and confederation, aim to resolve the conflict. However, finding an acceptable solution remains challenging due to historical roots and intertwined issues of identity, nationalism, and religion. Any proposed solution must address these factors for a sustainable and just resolution. As the world grapples with the aftermath, finding a lasting resolution remains a top priority. The recent attacks by Hamas on Israel have had a big impact on the country's politics and society. Launched from Gaza, the offensive revealed a major failure in Israeli intelligence, making people question the country's readiness for such attacks. It has reignited debates about the long-standing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, leading to increased violence in the West Bank, including military raids, settler attacks, and violent protests. This event has divided opinions in Israeli society, with some calling for a tougher response and others supporting a diplomatic solution. Looking ahead, the implications for Israel are significant. The conflict highlights the ongoing challenges and complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian issue, with no clear solution in sight. The increased violence also raises concerns about the potential for more conflict and instability in the region. The international response varies, with some countries condemning Israel's actions and others expressing support for its right to self-defense. This event emphasizes the need for continued efforts toward peace-building and conflict resolution in the region. In the aftermath, Israel faces challenges and opportunities. Addressing the root causes of the ongoing conflict, including territorial disputes, security issues, and political divisions, is a major challenge. The opportunity lies in fostering increased dialogue and cooperation for a peaceful resolution. Israel can also use its technological and economic advancements to promote stability and prosperity in the region. Moving forward will require a combination of diplomatic efforts, strategic planning, and a commitment to peace and security for all parties involved. Recent events in Israel have had a big impact on Palestine, especially in politics and society. The attack from Gaza to Israel and the counterattack by Israeli forces caused a significant loss of life and damage to infrastructure. This has made the already tough situation for Palestinians in occupied territories even worse. The conflict has also emphasized the ongoing issue of Israeli settlements, making things harder for Palestinians. The recent events raise questions about the future of Palestine and what it means for its people. Looking ahead, the implications for the future of Palestine are substantial. These events have highlighted the long-standing conflict between Israelis and Palestinians, which dates back to the late 19th century. The core issue is about territory, with both sides claiming the same land. Recent events have deepened the divide between Israelis and Palestinians, making it harder to find a compromise. The continued occupation of Palestinian territories and the growth of Israeli settlements make it challenging to imagine a future where Palestinians have a viable state of their own. The recent events add to the existing challenges for Palestine, and we'll have to wait and see how things develop in the coming months and years. The aftermath of these events brings both challenges and opportunities for Palestine. On one hand, the destruction and loss of life have had a devastating impact. On the other hand, the events have brought renewed attention to the ongoing conflict and the struggles of Palestinians. This renewed attention could lead to increased international pressure on Israel to address settlements and the occupation. Additionally, these events could spur efforts to find a peaceful resolution to the conflict. However, achieving lasting peace will require significant political will and the readiness to make tough compromises. The challenges for Palestine are significant, but there are also opportunities for progress toward a more peaceful and just future. The international community has reacted with shock and condemnation to the recent events in Israel, where Hamas launched a massive attack, taking hostages and causing numerous deaths. At least 44 nations have publicly condemned Hamas, unequivocally, explicitly calling its tactics terrorism. However, some countries, like China and Russia, have called for a ceasefire in Israel, stating that only diplomacy and a two-state solution can bring about lasting peace. The international response underscores the complexity of the situation in Israel, with different nations offering various perspectives on how to address the ongoing conflict. The implications for international relations and diplomacy are significant after these events. Catastrophic events like the Hamas onslaught on Israel trigger profound political shocks and strategic transformations that no one could have predicted. The escalating violence between Israel and Hamas has led many to question when the conflict will end and what harm will be done in the process. The war has threatened to delay or derail a country-by-country diplomatic push by the United States to improve relations between Israel and its Arab neighbors. The international community must work together to find a way to bring about lasting peace in the region, but this will require a concerted effort from all parties involved. Despite the violence and destruction caused by recent events in Israel, there are opportunities for peace and reconciliation in the aftermath. Hamas aimed to gain centrality and relevance for decades to come by penetrating Israel, but by killing hundreds of Israelis, they have only strengthened Israel's resolve to defend itself and its people. Israel has always been willing to compromise and make major sacrifices for the sake of peace. The conflict between Israel and Palestine is rooted in a long history of territorial disputes, but there are opportunities for dialogue and negotiation to find a solution that benefits both sides. The evacuation of Al-Quds. Hope you liked the video, then do share it and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for more such videos.